Irene, how you doing, guys? Oh, there's Thelma and Irene. That's who we got so far. A few other people watching out on the fringes. Feel free to come in and join us, or feel free to watch from there, because we just like having you with us. We are going to do some more Hunkydory today, and I'm really excited about these because look how cute this is. Look at this wreath with the little birds. That's going to be fun to put together and fun to work with. And we'll probably do 2 today. I'm thinking maybe we'll do that wreath and we might do relaxing day. So I don't think we'll do more than 2 on a Thursday. I'm going to grab a couple of card blanks here.
Hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Good to see you, friend. Get a couple card blanks out here so we're ready to roll. And I think that's less than 7. I might be able to do that on 5x5. I might have to cut down a bigger card. I am eagerly awaiting the arrival of our Hunkydory order, where they are holding up. Well, they're holding up some of my products. I had to actually cancel a class tomorrow night because, go slow tonight because I don't want to watch Biden. I do want to watch Biden tonight, so. Yeah, Margie said to me earlier, let's plan on getting together right after your class today. I said, how about if we get together right before my class today? Oh, I can do that. Good. I didn't tell her I wanted to go watch TV. So I won't hold you too late tonight. How's that? Let's get going. I'm saying go slow, and I'm saying let's get this show on the road. I love you guys. No matter your political persuasion, I love you guys. Hi, Sharma. Okay, we're going to do some more of the Hello Spring today. And this one is called Heartfelt Wishes. And it is a very, very pretty little wreath. So we're going to make at least 2 cards, maybe 3. And I don't see any real reason we couldn't do 3 as I look at this. We have lots of punch-out pieces again. I should have maybe given this to Bryce ahead of time. Start working on, but we'll get it done. So I'm going to use my big sheet as 1. Go ahead and drop this down, please. Use my base sheet for 1. You have to forgive me. I've been packaging and listing things today, some of the new ceiling stuff. I'm so excited about that. I can't stand it, by the way. And I got marker all over myself. I don't even have to be doing an art project to get messy. I just get messy. It always happens. I'm going to take my largest completed piece. And in this case, I'm going to say completed pieces. I actually have 2. I'm going to take this one at the top edge to cover this side of my wreath. And then I'm going to take another largely completed piece. And I'm going to cover the other side of my wreath. And then we'll take all these little pieces and put them on the 3. Because this will get some foiling into our picture here, and we need that. We gotta have foiling. So everything will have a little foiling that way. We gave us some pretty tags. I'll set those off to the side here. And I think I'll just start working with my birds next. I have some big pieces that have birds on them. I'm going to put one there. I'm going to put one next larger size over here on the 3rd topper. And I'm just going to start piecing these together to make sure everybody gets a little of the good stuff. I have a pretty good piece to go here. These are not going to be real full with the, but I think there's enough pieces to make it go. If I start to put them together and I just don't think it's going to be hardy enough, we'll back off and make 2 instead of 3. How's that? But I have 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. So now I can start layering up a little. Add another one to this one. Add another one to this one. Well, that side all has 3 birds. That's good. And then I have 3 birds on the other side. So let's put this one here. Put this one here. Put this one here. Oops. I have some little pieces of birds. I have an extra little from the right. And I have another little extra from the right. Put that there. I have a little extra from the left. I'm going to put that there. And then, let's see. We've got some little bees and things here. I think I need to just start putting these together to decide the best locations for these. I have 3 of these blue butterflies. I'm going to put one there. Put one up here. Put one up here. And then I'm just going to add these extra little pieces as needed when we put this together. I don't think this is going to take as long as the big one took last week, but we'll see. There are some tiny, tiny pieces here I may decide not to use too. Sometimes the pieces can get ridiculously small and contribute almost nothing. So I have to decide as I go. Thelma, you're funny. She voted for Abe. Did I ever tell you guys my George Washington story?
Yeah.
Have I told you guys that I asked my mom if she knew George Washington? Hello, Lynette. Anybody remember if I told you that story? Well, Thelma says, tell us again. I'll tell you again. I love this story. You know, when you're a kid and you're just trying to kind of piece together how time works and how everything kind of fits together. I was at that stage. I'm going to say I was 7, maybe 6 or 7. And I asked my mom, as we were going through town, I asked my mom, Mom, was this bridge here when you were a little girl? Was this building here when you were a little girl? Was this here and that there? And, you know, all in all, I was kind of making her feel really old, but that wasn't my intent. My intent was just trying to figure out how time works, you know? And so she was answering me and being pretty good sport about the whole thing. And then I said, we were studying presidents at school. We had just started studying the presidents. And I asked her, Mom, did you know George Washington? And she said, oh, yeah, old George. I know him well. I was right there when he chopped down the cherry tree. Yeah, oh, heck of a nice guy. Did you know he had wooden teeth? My mom says, hey, oh, my gosh. Okay, so I was totally entranced, asked lots of follow-up questions. She gave great detail. And then in her mind, that project was done. In my mind, I had something great for show and tell. So I went off to school the next day. And when we started talking about the presidents, I said, my mom knew George Washington. She was right there when he cut down the cherry tree. And I quoted her almost verbatim, everything she said. including the wooden teeth. And so parent-teacher conferences were a couple weeks later. And during parent-teacher conferences, my mom walked into the room for the first time to meet my new teacher. And the teacher said, "Mrs. Breedlove?" She said, "Yes." And she said, "I've so looked forward to meeting you. And may I say, you are remarkably well preserved." And my mom said, "What?" And then the teacher proceeded to tell her about show and tell and everything I said. And mom said, "Oh my." She said, "That's true. I said all of those things." Lots of detail. She said, "Oh yeah, Debbie had lots of detail when she was telling her friends about it." But you're remarkably well preserved. Mom said she had to be more careful what she said.
Hi to Diane.
Hi, Diane. I think I said hi to Annette, but just in case I didn't. Remarkably well preserved she was. Let's see.
Hi to Donna.
Hi, Donna. It's good to see you. We haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you, my friend. Today we're putting together some Deco-Large cards from Hunkydory Crafts. The one that we're doing right now is called Heartfelt Wishes, and it's a pretty little wreath for spring with little birds in it, and really cute. Really cute. I always like it when you're here with us, Donna. Okay. Almost done with this one. I think it's going to be big enough. I'm going to hold it up and see. But we have at least 3 layers, which is always my goal. In fact, we have 4 layers on some of this. So I think we'll be okay. Well, look, I'm just going to start with these. Hold those last few pieces to what needs it. Okay, there's our first one. And it's layered up nicely. See that? I put lots of birds in this kit, which is fun because the birds are kind of the that's the other Donna. That is Donna. I can't remember Donna's last name now. It's escaping me for some reason. I know her well too. Anyway, that's the other Donna that's in Scotland. This Donna is, yeah, you really do need to come and see us here in Oregon. Isn't that a funny name for a town, Boring, Oregon? I think it's funny. Although I like it better than I like the city name of Athol, Idaho. Athol, Idaho. Yes, there really is a town named Athol, Idaho. Boring is a bit better than that. I love Oregon, Donna. I still love it. I want to visit all the states and enjoy everything that the U.S. has to offer. But when it comes time to pick a place to live, it will always be in Oregon or Washington. It would be very hard to get me out of the Pacific Northwest because I love it here. And by the time that you learn to rust instead of tan, you're pretty much stuck here. Because Oregonians don't tan, we rust. It's driving me crazy. I can't remember the other Donna's last name. I know that.
Mhm.
Oh, well. Yep, I will always be a Washingtonian or an Oregonian. I can be a Washingtonian as easy as an Oregonian. When it comes to paying our taxes, being a Washingtonian is preferable. But I do love this part of the country. Love it, love it, love it. You have noticed, Charma, that I've stopped trying to tempt Donna out here permanently. I used to try and tempt her all the time. Then you got sick, and I felt like a rascal for doing that. And I decided I needed to stop that. And now you're not sick anymore, so I could resume, but I think I won't. I don't like feeling like a rascal. And this doesn't look like it has an awful lot of pieces. It's going to need a few more. Let me finish the other one, and then I'll decide which ones get which. In Oregon, we don't have a sales tax, but we do have a steep income tax. And in Washington, they do have an income tax, but they don't have, excuse me, let's try that again. They do have a sales tax, but they don't have an income tax. So it kind of washes out. But in Oregon, you have to pay 9% or up to 9% income tax, even on income not earned in Oregon, which just seems totally weird. You live here, you pay it. It's a gorgeous part of the country. Where we are, we're about an hour and a half from the mountains. And we're an hour and a half from the beach. And we are minutes from many different beautiful rivers and lakes. There's rivers and lakes all over Oregon. And there's beautiful stretches of green countryside that are not developed. And some that's overdeveloped. But it's still a beautiful state to live in. Beautiful, beautiful. That's saying keep Oregon weird. Yes. Where else do they have? What's the naked bike race? Do you remember that, Donna? There was a naked bike race. It happens every year through downtown Portland.
They now have one in Japan.
And the bicyclists are all naked, running down through the middle of town on their bikes. Oregon is weird. I have to say, we are a little weird, but it's ours and we love it. Did you guys ever watch that show? I don't know if you ever saw it, Portlandia, when it was on. They really pegged us in a lot of ways. They really pegged us in a lot of ways. They had so many things in that show that made me laugh so hard, just like you, Don. I laughed so hard when I saw it because it's absolutely true. There's this one episode I remember. The politeness of drivers in Oregon is infamous. We get all these drivers coming up from California, and it's crazy, but you get to a stop sign, like a four-way stop in Oregon, and everybody's waving everybody else on. So we're all sitting at the intersection, nobody's going. And in Portlandia, they had a little segment on there where somebody pulled out his barbecue, started barbecuing at the side of the street while you're waiting for the traffic to move. Oh, but it's funny. It's funny. I'm sure that's still on in reruns everywhere. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. You'll find out just how weird Portlandians are. Most of the time I claim it. I probably will never be one of the naked bicyclists. Although I don't know why not. There's a number of people who participate in those events that really shouldn't. That really should not. But they do. Got it. Flaunt it. I sent Charm a card with a naked guy on it from Oregon. Oh, yes. Keep Oregon weird. A few years ago, we had a whole ad campaign for Oregon that said, Oregon's a beautiful place to visit, as long as you go home when you're done. There's a whole ad campaign about what a gorgeous place Oregon is to visit, but don't stay. So many people were moving in from other states. It's great, though, because there's not many places in the country you can go that it's as temperate as it is here. We don't have a lot of extremes of weather. Age makes things go south. Huh? I've noticed that. I have noticed the southern descent. Okay. And I see a few on here that really don't appear to be on my cutout sheet, which is weird. There. Lost my foam squares again. Yeah, there's some places in Washington where the sales tax is getting pretty outrageous. I don't think they pay sales tax on food, though, mostly, do they? I don't think so.
No.
But you have to pay, in both Oregon and Washington, you have like resort taxes and stuff that manage to tack a fair amount onto your bill. I think the thinking is if you can afford to vacation, you can afford to contribute a little to the state along the way. Or a lot, as the case may be. But you know what? I'll pay it and still go to that beautiful Oregon coast. I will do it. I will do it. Okay. Annette said she introduced her belly button to her knees last week. You guys want to hear a little naughty story? Have to be careful about how naughty the stories are on here because we're a all ages channel. But it's just a little naughty story. It was told to me by my mammogram technician. This older lady was walking down the street, and these guys wolf whistled and said, "Grandma, show us your stuff." And Grandma got a little sly smile and tipped up the hem of her shirt. That was pretty funny. You got to laugh at these things or you have to cry about them. Thelma says we have a ghost in his house. And every time I stand in front of a mirror, this old lady appears. I love you, Thelma. Oh, I saw my sister. We spent quite a bit of time together this week. We were working up in Kelso, working on my mom's taxes and stuff. All those things you got to do, you know. And so we spent the whole day together. And I haven't seen a lot of her lately. And I have to say, she'd be really mad at me probably for saying this. I have to be careful, but she never watches anyway, so I guess it's okay. I can't believe that my sister's gotten so old. She always, you know, I got gray really early. I got gray in my 30s. So I have looked older than my years for years and years. And I haven't changed all that much over time. But Gail has grayed just mostly within the last year. And she's gone from brown hair to not even salt and pepper anymore. It's like salt and salt and salt and pepper now. And it surprises me. But it also reminds me that if she's getting older, so am I. I think I told you guys that I was never bothered by a birthday until this one. This one drove me crazy. I have never been bothered by being older than Bryce. I'm 6 years older than he is. I robbed the cradle. Did a magnificent job of it, I might add. I got the good one. And it has never bothered me to be older than Bryce until this year. Because I turned 65 and Bryce didn't even turn 60 yet. He hasn't even turned 60. He's 59. That is just not right to have him in a different decade of life than I am. Just not right. Here I am, old enough to apply for Social Security and Medicare, and he's a youngster that can't even touch his 401k yet. It's just not right. And yes, Donna, you are right. Sisters are the souls of our lives. And when we lose touch and we don't spend the time we need to spend with our sisters, we lose such an important, valuable. She's your confidant. She's your friend. Cougar. Yeah, Bryce gave me a bad time for a long time about being a cougar. Like I said, it never bothered me at all until this year. There's just something wrong. Embrace the moment, Donna says. What is it about turning 65? I really haven't been bothered by most birthdays. The last birthday I remember bothering me was 35. And when I turned 35, I was not married. I was not where I wanted to be in my life. I had dedicated a huge part of my life to my career. And while I could point to a lot of things that I had accomplished in my career, I couldn't point to much that I had accomplished in my lifetime. I wanted a family and I didn't know if that was going to happen. And so 35 bothered me. Then I married Bryce shortly after that. And 65 bothered me. I always remember my lifetime thinking that 65-year-olds were old. Well, they can't be old because I'm 65. I'm not old. Well, sometimes I feel old, but most of the time I don't feel old. Okay, I'm getting down to those ridiculously small pieces now. So I think I'm going to stop gluing because there really are some silly pieces here. I'll put one more on. Then I'm going to stop this nonsense. It is all about the love, really. It truly is. Okay, we got this all pieced together, so let's figure out what we're going to do with our cards now. This is beautiful. In their sample in the packaging, they put the have most beautiful day in the middle of the wreath, and that looked pretty. Let's see what it would look like if we put this up here. I think we might do that. I like that. And I'm going to make this a 5 by 6.5. I'm just going to cut an extra 1/2 inch off the 5 by 7 card. I'm going to go ahead and put this on my background. That's going to look good. We're glad to call you our friend, Donna. Oh, yeah. I remember turning 50 and the art mail started in. Bryce just laughed the first time he handed it to me. Then I got to laugh when his started coming. Well, Teddy thinks it's all about the love. He is snuggled into Bryce's arm over there, just really a happy dog. He is completely draped over Bryce's arm and saying, just hold still there, Dad, because I need to be loved. I need it. I need a little love. That's cute. And that's an idea right off our Hunkydory packaging. I want to do with my foam squares. I've lost my squares again, people. How do I do this? How do I do it? I do not know. There they are. It slid under my paper cutter. Marcie and I were working on the calendar earlier, and I can't wait till we do our wax seals class. It's going to be so much fun. I'm learning so much, and I can't wait to share it with you. We'll be making wax seals for our cards. We'll be making wax seals for our envelopes. We'll be making using wax seals in wrapping our gifts. So there'll be some fun stuff. I have 3 different methods to melt and put on the wax. And I have all kinds of beautiful waxes. Oh my gosh. I got some called Aurora wax that are just so beautiful. Had fun with most of them, huh? 25-year spread. That's pretty good. Her niece says she dates younger guys so they can push her wheelchair. That's funny. We have this pretty little butterfly. I think we need to put on here. I want it to be above the banner. No, I think I want it to be below the banner. And our first card done. 2 more to go. I need to find. Oh, there's one. That looks good. Okay, here's our first one. This one says, sending heartfelt wishes to a treasured friend. Have the most beautiful day. Selma. A little bit of Mio there. All right. So I have my topper piece here. I have a 6x6 card. And the question is, what else am I going to use here? Because I'm not going to have enough background to do 3 cards. So I need to have something to layer up here. I have a piece of pink sitting here. That looks like it might be nice. Well, that could be good. And a little gold Mary. I think we got it. I think we got it figured out. That wasn't good. I'm not sure what it was. That was a stamp pad. Didn't even know I had a stamp pad out to hit the floor, but I did. So let's put that stamp pad away. Okay. I think I want... First of all, I need to know how big that card is. That's 6 inches. So I'm going to make this 5.5 inches square. And I'm going to make a gold piece. That is, maybe I will. I might have to find one. Honey, I think I need a mirror board again. Please. You and your dog can go get it together. I could use these rosy colored ones instead of gold, maybe. But I think the gold would look better with gold foiling. Thank you, honey. Okay. A piece of gold Mary board. Yes, it will be big enough. Needs to be 5 3/4. It's just barely more than that. By 5 3/4. Okay. Put this pretty pink on top of that gold. I want to let that, maybe let that gold show a little bit more. Although I do like the way that looks. I think we can go with that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and use some tape flags to put this gold Mary down. The laugh is very good for the soul. Yes, it is. Where's your dog?
Wandering around.
Well, you disrupted him, so he's punishing you.
Maybe. Or he's over punishing you.
All right. We've had Bob home from camp for the last couple days because he's got a cold. Poor guy. Really weak and really congested. But he's not, it's all in his head. I mean, he has a head cold. It's not all in his head, but you know what I mean. It's a head cold at this point. We're watching it carefully to make sure it doesn't develop into anything. But it's concerning to have him not feeling good. He took a fall this morning. And we think rather than just taking an angry fall, he must have just slid down because neither Bryce, I was in the room next door and I didn't hear him, and Bryce didn't hear him. And he was downstairs, but you can hear everything, all the movements from upstairs. So we don't know. It couldn't have been a hard fall. And he didn't have any bruises or anything, but he was on the floor when Bryce found him. Okay, we'll layer up our Mary board. Get a beautiful border around that. I'll go ahead and put this pretty topper there. And then we're going to put these, let's put this out so I can see how I'm positioning it. I use this template to help me position my topper and all my pieces. Make sure it looks good when I'm done. So I'm just cutting my frame out a little bit so I have fairly even borders to judge getting it centered and that kind of thing. Here's my frame. So that's looking pretty good. I do like my positioning there, so I'm going to go ahead and put some foam on my wreath. Where do fish go on vacation? Where do fish go on vacation? I'm thinking on the internet. Fish and vacation. I know when they go on vacation. They must go on Friday. Yeah, Mary's our one that's good at guessing these. Okay, so I got that one down, up the creek. Liverpool. Where do fish go on vacation, Bryce?
Me.
Me too. Diane says she knows this one. I just put a whole bunch of pins on the table over there. Would you grab me one of those pinwheels, please? Finland. That could be it. It could be it. Cute. Cute, cute. Finland. Okay. Oh, got some glue on there I didn't want. Back to the baby wipes. I always got to have my baby wipes handy. And did you bring those, honey?
I'm working on opening them.
Oh, okay.
You didn't open them.
You're right, I didn't.
We're double sealed.
I love these pinwheels. We just got some more of these in for keeping the bottles of glue open. Were you here when the answer was Finland? And there we have our nicely balanced four corners for our wreath. And let's see what we want to do with that. With our sentiment. I think I'm going to put that right there in the middle. Special wishes to you both. Good night, Donna. Glad you could stop by and visit us, friend. Not chasing you up, but it sounds like that's a I'm headed for the barn kind of message. There we go. There's card number 2. Got one left to go out of this set. And the question is how best to use this pretty piece. Huh. Actually, I really like that. I think I'm going to put as far over as I can. Just chop off my rough edge here. You can see what I'm doing. I think I'm going to go over as far over as I can on here. See if that gives me. Not sure. Not sure about that. Let's see what else we could do. I could put it up here in the sky. I like that better, I think. I think I'll go this way. Just have to try different things sometimes. Oh, I like Bill Engvall. He's funny. He's very funny. I like that he's funny, but he's not at all dirty. And he's just funny. Very funny. What was that tour he did with two other guys? It was a really funny tour. He's on several episodes of it on comedy programs. Jeff Foxworthy, yep, he was with him. And who was the other guy? There were three of them, weren't there? Yeah, it was just Foxworthy and Bill Engvall. And who was the third? Jeff Foxworthy's really funny, too. Cable Guy, that's who it was. It was the Cable Guy. Are you smarter than a fifth grader? I mostly wasn't. I'd like to think I am, but no. Not smarter than a fifth grader. Maybe I'll put that a little higher on this one just because that's pretty. I think I'll just add this little strip just for interest. Add just another bit of dimension to it. And Larry the Cable Guy was funny too. Once again, I've lost my bone squares. Round and round and round we go. There they are. And the real question, Tom, is were you smarter than a fifth grader? That's so sad when they started cutting art programs out. I still hate that there's so many schools that don't have art. My girls were in middle school. We sent them to charter school because that middle school age is so difficult. And the charter school we sent them to still had an art program. They tried to outsmart you. They may have had the book smarts, Thelma, but you had the life experience. They couldn't get much over on you, I bet. Not to say they wouldn't try. There's so many other skills, abstract skills that come with learning art and music that it's really a shame with the loss of art and music that a lot of kids will have a tougher time with sciences and things, any abstract concepts. Trying to slide this little piece in under the layers there and get it to lay down nicely without hanging up on things. Okay, here's our final one. So we have 3 cards from that set. We have this one. We have this one. And we have this one. Next, we're going to do Let's Relax set. Let's find that. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? I see something that looks like it could be it. There it is. The back of that paper I was using is really pretty too. Okay. Let's see what we got here to work with. Spread things out a little bit. Get the surface to work on. This was called A Relaxing Day. Almost makes me relax to look at it. Got that very pretty gardening scene. And another pretty gardening scene. And another pretty gardening scene. Now, which one is the most complete? I'm going to say this one with the house in it is still the most complete. So we have 3. I want to look at how these layer up to see if we want 2 or 3 cards out of this one. There's my foiled piece. These are some pretty big pieces on here. We'll see how it works out. I may just make this into 2. Not sure yet. Not sure. No, I'm waiting for the Hunkydory order to get here. They're taking their own sweet time. I have more butterfly dance on order, and I have a class group waiting to do that series, but they are just being slow this time. Beginning to worry a little bit because sometimes Hunkydory and I have had a rough history with some of the shipping companies out of Europe. And there's one called TNT that I just abhor. And I'm beginning to wonder if they may have shipped this through TNT since it hasn't gotten here yet. With the express postage we pay, air freight, we should get things in just 2 or 3 days. And it's been like a week and a half now since I ordered that. So I'm wondering what's holding up the show. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with 2 layers, guys. I'm just going to make 2 out of this. So I'm going to go ahead and take this piece, which is very complete, and put it up here on our cardstock. And then I have this piece, which is really nice there. Put this piece, which is really nice here. And put this piece, which is nice here. We have this is a nice big piece. This is a nice big piece over here. I have 2 more borders to go. That one and that one. This is one of those that's really kind of right in between, whether it wanted to have 2 or 3 layers. Right in between the 2. Okay. But I think that's what we're going to do right there. So let's get these layered up. We should have plenty of pieces now. Lots and lots of pieces. Okay. I lost my foam squares again. I've lost them every 32 seconds since we sat down here. This time I don't see them. Going in for more. Okay. A few foam squares on this piece. Signing out. Have to go long distance phone. Bye, Thelma. We have a training coming up this week from one of our wholesalers, and it's called Craftex. And it's really fun because they bring together people who own craft stores, and they introduce you to the designers of so many of your projects. So, for example, when we did Jamie Rogers powders, we met Jamie Rogers. And when we have done some of the Lisa Horton's been on there, and others, and you get to ask questions and go through a little training session with them. And it's great fun. I love it. It's very fun. And so as an employee benefit, I usually have girls, whichever ones want to come. Brittany works during the week, so she doesn't usually come, but Mary and Margie are both going to come. There's only one disadvantage to Craftex. It's hosted on the East Coast, And they have presenters from all over the world. So there's no such thing as a perfect schedule for this. So the schedule they go with is East Coast. And it starts at 8:30 East Coast time. So you know what that is? West Coast, 5:30 in the morning this starts. 2 days in a row. So we will be up and to work at 5:30 in the morning, Margie, Mary, and I. I don't expect to be much good on Tuesday and on Monday and Tuesday afternoons. I didn't think about that. You going to be able to take Dad to work on Tuesday, or do I need to take time out and go get him up? Huh?
I can do it.
Okay. Didn't even dawn on me. We had, putting on the wrong layer. Grab the wrong layer. That is very early. There was a time I would refuse to get up at that time and I'd just stay up over. Those days are over, though. I don't have that kind of energy. Just stay up through. That's very early. And then it'll go till probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The nice thing is we'll still have time to get our mail out. We all get to participate and still have time to get the mail out. But we're going to be dragging our behinds by about Wednesday. But it is a lot of fun. That's why we do it. I think it's one of the cool things about working for me is that I will buy them their kits to attend craft decks and other things and pay the registration. Because the more they know about this stuff, the better they are at helping you. And that helps me in the long run. So it's a nice little, when you work for a little tiny business, there aren't an awful lot of perks, but it's a nice perk they get with this business. And those happen like twice a year. So just about the time you forget the pain from the first one, a new one comes along. 5:30 a.m. But you know, some of the presenters are presenting from India and New Delhi and UK at, all different hours of the morning. So there's no such thing as a perfect time to host it. It's all done live. But we do enjoy it. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see what they bring us this time. I always discover some nice new brands and new products. And it's really good to be able to try them before I decide whether or not they're the right kind of materials for our store. So Mary's a real early bird, but when she heard she had to leave Sandy at 4:30, or because I don't know how far a commute it is. It's at least half an hour even at that time of day.
It's an hour at least.
Yeah, you think so? So she'd have to leave Sandy at 4:30 in the morning to get here by 5:30. And Margie's commute is, what do you think that is? 45 minutes. I should just have them bring their sleeping bags for the second night. So I got it pretty good walking across the deck to the classroom. By comparison to my friends. It is really fun to get to see some of these name personalities in person. And some of them, like Jamie Rogers, are so enthusiastic in their presentations. He's very smart that he's so enthusiastic because he sells a lot of product, especially to me, when that enthusiasm is just like, oh, I have to have that. And then I get excited about it, and I get you excited about it. We all have to have that. That's probably one of the best classes I teach, my Jamie Rogers class. I absolutely love that class. We did that in the fall, and I've promised we're going to do a spring one here coming up soon, which is going to have to come up soon to meet my obligations. I put something on the schedule this month that I learned in a class online class that I attended that I think you guys will enjoy. On one of our Thursday nights, we're going to do stamping together with, ombre stamping together with our, oh, come on, my brain just keeps going clunk and stopping. Together with our, this one always gives me a hard time though. My gel pad, together with the gel pad. I don't use it all that often, and I don't talk about it all that often, that it stays at the top of my mind. But it's a very fun technique and beautiful results. Wait till you see what we're going to do. That'll be one of our Thursdays. We're also going to be doing graphic 45 card set this month. We're going to be doing the Easter wreath, or not the Easter wreath, the spring wreath from Heartfelt Creations. It's because I said I wanted to do one of those for each season, so I want to do the spring wreath, where we kind of get creative with some of our other stamps and dies and bring some spring elements in. Since their kit contains winter, fall, and summer, we'll just get a little creative and put some other things in it. That will be fun. So I got some good stuff lined out for you guys. Good stuff. I also want to get a few videos done this month. We may, over time, kind of gear back our Thursday nights a little bit. We have a few very loyal followers, but we don't have nearly as many on Thursday nights as we do on Saturdays. So over time, I haven't yet, and I just came up with a whole calendar for March. But I am really looking at making Thursdays a day for prepping new projects online and doing some videos and putting out there. I love gel plates too. They're fun. Really pretty stuff. There's so much you can do with gel plates. It's just like The limits are your imagination, and that's about it. This is just a fun little technique that if you have a gel press, it's very easy to do and get great results. One of the reasons I'm thinking about scaling Thursday is that, like I said, we don't have as much participation on Thursday. And because I do 5 days consecutive classes there, you know, we have our What's New Wednesday, and then I have my quilling club after that. And then we do the Thursday classes. We do Friday evening classes. We do our Saturday morning class, and then I have my all-day Sunday classes. And you know, there comes a time when you just got to slow it down a little bit. And I might have to do that. I might have to slow it down a little bit. But I also know that you guys really rely on this for a lot of your social time. So I don't make those decisions lightly. Because I like to be there to support you and do what you like to do too. But we still will have Wednesdays, even if we do scale Thursdays, which I'm not saying I'm doing yet. Again, I've got a full calendar for March. But even if we do scale Thursdays, that still leaves us with every Wednesday and Saturday to get together. So, and doing so would allow me to put some more video content out there for you. It just wouldn't be live streamed. A lot of people look at our website on YouTube and they don't go to live stream. They just notice that we haven't posted any new videos in 2 years since we've been live streaming everything. And our live streams get about 100 to 150 views, but some of my videos get 10,000 views. Margie and I talked about that today, and that might be another option. So I want to get some more actual videos out there because that helps bring in new people to our channel, because we have so many more people that look at the videos. Yeah, if we do every other, it does get harder to keep track of. That's the downside, Glenn. You are right about that. I always want to bring you good content, though, and I don't want you to feel like I'm just slapping things in to get through the video. So I want you guys to like what you get, too. And now I just got a second sheet of foam squares out. And now I've lost those too. How do I do this? I don't even know how I do it. I don't know where to be seen there. On the floor? They're on the floor. Okay. Well, this one, oops, I have one more piece to put on. This little potting shed, which is just too cute a sign not to use. So, to cut this little tiny foam square in half to put it on. You love what you get? I'm glad, Glenn. I'm glad. Is there, you guys have any other feedback? I mean, does it get to be too much sometimes? 3 times a week? Just looking for feedback. Like I said, no decisions have been made, just kind of pondering it. It's a really cute little potting shed image. Okay. Now, we have two beautiful images. Not too much. The gremlin steals my foam pads. You know it. I am certain that's what happens. Got that. This just is such a relaxing scene, I tell you. Makes me want to yawn and go take a nap. Okay, we're going to be wrapping up here in about 10 minutes, I'm thinking, which is a good time. We will have finished 5 cards. Get you out of here early enough to hear the State of the Union address, if you so choose. Okay. Face our card. This is your social life, Miss Sharma. I believe that to be true, my friend, because lots of people tell me this is their outlet to meet their friends and chat. And I don't think that actually is too much on there. Maybe I could put it at the top. No? I think it has to go on the inside. It's just too much on there. I think we'll go down here. I don't know if the videos, I have to explore that, Diane. I have to admit I'm pretty naive on how most of this works. If it weren't for Bryce figuring it out, I'd be at a loss all the time. But we'll have to see if that can be done. Cows and cards. And corn. One of the great things is that we've been at this long enough that many, many of you have each other's phone numbers and email addresses too. So we're not really isolated anymore because you have the ability to reach out to your friends outside of class times. But I know it's convenient to have one time when you know everybody will be together. Like I said, I don't take that lightly. My mom always thought that was the coolest thing, that we had each other during COVID. She was always saying how nice it was that we had a chance to get together. I tried to get her to join the streams, but technology was not her bag. And I wanted her to just sign in sometimes and just say hi, but it just never came together. I tried. I even bought her a, what do you call those, the Facebook thing,
Portal.
a portal, so she could so she could chime in there. Should see if anybody's using that and get it back. If it's not being used, we can probably use it somewhere. One of the kids, one of the relatives. I doubt if anybody's using it. Look at that. That is such a simple, straightforward, easy card, but look how pretty it is. I just love that. That's gorgeous. One left to do. We'll be done for today. Oh, now see, this one doesn't go up as high, so I think I can use that other piece on here. As long as I haven't lost it. I can put it up here. All right. Sharma says, Glenn, I'm hurt that I'm not on your list, but we're not on your list. Did you ever get up from your crafting area after using all these little foam squares and have these little things stuck all over yourself? I do. I have them everywhere. I think it was with the cows, the corn, and the cards, Glenn.
Which ones did you decide to do?
I'm doing the relaxing day. And I did the little wreath one.
That one's
There.
really pretty.
Just finishing up. That's perfect right there. I like that. That's nice. And I actually had one more piece of my background left. Almost kind of want to see if I can put a nice side piece on here just because I have the piece to do it. We didn't make the cut. Cows, the corn, and the cards made the cut. These guys are giving Glenn such a bad time.
Running away.
He needs it.
I'm running away.
Okay, cowgirls then. He says, hey, keep his cowgirls on the list. Good night, Margie. Cows, corn, cowgirls, and cards. If we didn't love you, we wouldn't give you a hard time, Glenn. I really do love you guys. I just want you to know that. You guys are a big and important part of my life, too. I think you've been forgiven, Glenn. Okay, we put a border on there. I'm going to put this label at the top. And I'm going to put some foam squares under the label. Then we're going to put on a couple butterflies to fill that void space. And it's going to look so darn cute. Little butterflies are off of our little handmade flower sheet from Little Birdie, and this is from CR 88488. In case you're wondering. Okay, look there. So here's our two from this one. Here's our first one and our second one. I like the second one even better. Isn't that funny? That's just so cute. Love it, love it, love it. Didn't they turn out cute? Putting our little butterflies from our flowers collection on there, and just looks fabulous. Fabulous. So here's these two. And tonight we also made, what does the calendar say I'm doing Saturday? Would you look, please?
What calendar?
On the table. I just finished it and I already don't remember what's on it. Then we have our wreaths.
Enchanted Forest.
Enchanted Forest is supposed to be Saturday. So tomorrow I'll get that out and figure out how to make those. And we'll do that together on Saturday. We haven't had a graphic 45 day in a while. So we've done 5 cards tonight. And Saturday we're going to do G45 Enchanted Forest card kit. The price of G45 album kits went up by $10 for next year, or for this year, but the card kit stayed the same, so that's fun. I like that. And we're not raising the prices on the ones we already had in stock. We're leaving them at the prior price until we buy in new stock. So we have your G45 ready to go. Are there any questions about what we've done today? If you haven't already done so, please leave a thumbs up. It makes me feel good, and it lets YouTube know that this is a good place to refer people. And once we sign off, you'll be able to hit your refresh button and leave a comment. I'd love to know which card you like the best. We have the Butterfly Relax card and the Basic Relax card. And then we have the blue wreath, the pink wreath, and we'll call it the butterfly wreath that has a butterfly on it. So we got blue, butterfly, and pink. Then we have the relax card, and we have the butterfly relax card. So tell me what you like the best. I always like to read those comments, and I respond to all of them. And let's see. So Saturday, we're going to do G45. And if you're not already a subscriber to our channel, hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss a single episode of what we're used to. We have a good time every time we get together. So in the absence of any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I'm going to go ahead and say, good night, Gracie.